Well, we have another mass shooting, this time out of Colorado Springs. And of course, it's all being blamed on Trumpsters, on right-wingers. How come nobody blamed what happened in 2020 with these riots on left-wingers, on Antifa, or these extremist BLM members? Just asking. I mean, it's an important question to ask. So this is another one-take video. Got to get ready for work here. The facts in this case are slowly seeping out, so forgive me if it doesn't seem like I'm prepared today. But this is at CNN, what we know about the suspect in the Colorado Springs LGBTQ+++R to the third degree of N nightclub shooting. This is by Elizabeth Wolf and Dakin Andon. His last name is Andone. So it says here, according to the article, the suspect in a shooting at a Colorado LGBTQ nightclub this weekend has been identified as Anderson Lee Aldrich. Probably white, right-winger, supported Trump, right? Who police say walked into Club Q in Colorado Springs. Now, I've been to Colorado Springs. It's a pretty town. And immediately opened fire, killing 5 people and injuring 25 others. Aldrich, 22, faces 5 counts of first-degree murder and 5 counts of a bias-motivated crime causing bodily injury in connection to the shooting, according to an online docket in the El Paso County courts. The suspect was taken into police custody and was being treated at a hospital, police said, adding officers did not shoot at him. Well, why not? Hey, if this guy is going all out and he's attacking these people at an LGBTQ plus R to the third degree of N club, then damn it, do your job and subdue the suspect. And if that means you have to shoot him for middle mass or at middle, then with middle, or however they say it, then do it. If you aim for middle mass and you got to shoot, then that's what you got to do as an officer to protect the people in this club. Aldrich remained hospitalized as of late Monday morning when Colorado Springs Police Chief Adrian Vasquez said the suspect had not made any statements to police. I wonder why, despite their attempts to interview him for the investigation. Quote, I haven't heard that he has not been cooperative. Okay, but he's not saying anything. Just simply that he is determined not to speak to investigators, Vasquez said, adding he expected charges would be formally filed relatively soon after Aldrich is released from the hospital. Now here's what else we know about the suspect. That he entered with tremendous firepower. He had apparently a long-range rifle, something like an AR-15, and he had a handgun. 2 law enforcement sources told CNN Records indicated the suspect purchased both weapons, an AR-style rifle and a handgun, but CNN has not confirmed when those purchases were made. But he does have a past history. Past history. He was arrested previously in connection with a bomb threat. This was back in June of 2021. And this led to a standoff at his mother's home, according to a news release from the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. So he was known to police, but they didn't do anything about this. It's starting to sound like every mass shooting that we've had. I'm going to ask this question. I know I'll get a lot of flack for this, but are a lot of these mass shootings staged? I mean, because how could it be that every single suspect, and I'm just throwing this out there, how come every single suspect is known to the public, or was known to authorities, not the public, but known to the authorities previously? And they suffer from mental health issues. Nobody did anything about it. The warning signs were there. So the call for this came in, I believe it was, let me look at, like I said, this is on the fly, and this is all coming in at once here, or as we speak. Okay, so it says here the police received several 911 calls about the shooting beginning around 11:56 p.m. local time, and that was Sunday night. Officers were dispatched at 11:57 p.m. and an officer arrived at Club Q at midnight. The suspect was detained at 12:02 a.m. I believe it was Sunday night. So it says here, Aldridge's arrest in connection to the bomb threat would not have shown up in background checks. Why not? According to the law enforcement sources who said records indicate he purchased the weapons, these guns, because the case was never adjudicated. The charges were dropped and the records were sealed. It's unclear what prompted the sealing of the records. We'll find out why those records were sealed. Aldridge also called the Gazette in an attempt to get an earlier story about the 2021 incident removed from the website, the newspaper said. So apparently this was posted to a website or something, and he wanted it removed. There's absolutely nothing there. The case was dropped, and I'm asking you either remove or update the story, Aldridge said in a voice message, according to the Gazette. The Gazette should have acted on this immediately. Immediately. The revelation about the suspects running with law enforcement last year has raised questions about Colorado's red flag law and whether it should have applied to Aldridge or it would have prevented the shooting at Club Q. Now, what would have prevented the shooting at Club Q is if his parents would have stepped up to the plate. His mother would have stepped up to the plate, or other people in the community would have stepped up to the plate and said, look, we've got a kid here who's got some problems. He needs to get counseling. We need to take care of this. He needs to go to jail for 6 months and get his life together. Needs to watch a couple of those Scared Straight films. Colorado, which has been the site of numerous high-profile mass shootings in the last 2 decades, passed its red flag law in 2019. It's intended to temporarily prevent an individual in crisis from accessing firearms through a court order triggered by the individual's family, a member of their household, or a law enforcement officer. There you go. So people drop the ball all over the place here with this dude who went into an LGBTQ+++ R to the third degree in nightclub and shot up a whole bunch of people. Asked Monday if the red flag law should have been implemented in Aldrich's case, Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser said it was too early to make any decisions. Quote, it's still a new tool that we are learning how to use, Weiser said. We know that each tragedy is a learning opportunity to ask, what did we miss? What can we do better in the future? Well, how about getting on the ball to begin with? When you've got somebody who is threatening to blow up his own home with a bomb. How about that? Instead of blaming people on this side or the other, or saying that this is somehow connected to Trump. But I guess everything's connected to Trump like everything's connected to George Floyd, right? Just incredible. So I thought I'd share this with you. Get another one-take video. This is all coming out at once, so forgive me if I don't seem prepared like I said today. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I guess you can call this a queer news update. I really want to call this that because this is a mass shooting, regardless of whoever's involved. It's just sad that we have another one of these mass shootings. And of course, the same storyline plays out. They were known to police. Nobody did anything about it. Well, get off your ass, do something about it, and stop these people in their tracks when you see the signs are there. It's not hard to figure out, folks. This isn't rocket science. Either we have a lot of inept people working at the Colorado Springs Police Department. I hate to say that because my dad was a firefighter for 30 years. Or you just got people that are being indoctrinated not to do what they're supposed to do because of all these ultra-left policies or these policies being handed out from on high. It just boggles the mind, doesn't it? I mean, just common sense, folks. It's common sense. And a lot of this could be stopped with common sense. But no, we don't want to do that because that would just be too much effort on our part, right? I mean, God bless our police officers, our firemen, people in the medical community who work hard every day. So I'm not dissing people. If you think I'm doing that, I'm not. Or people who work in those industries. But how can you have all these mass shootings and it's all got the same storyline? Known to police, had a prior criminal record, nobody did anything about it, or the charges were dropped. Why were they dropped when it was something that should have resulted in some type of sentence, jail for 6 months or what have you? I don't know. I mean, I'm just a lone guy here on YouTube. What do I know, right? So you enjoyed the video. You can, you know what to do, but you can also follow me at Instagram, hashtag Jason Composes, or find me at Twitter, Culture Confederacy at Twitter. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing we call the United States. I'll catch you next time. Y'all have a great Monday.